The pickup truck roared through the intersection, blowing past a red light in a heartbeat. I clung to my seatbelt with one hand, the other braced on the dashboard. Jesus, Lucas, if we die rushing to this party, neither of us is gonna have fun, I yelled. Relax, Noah, I've got this. Defensive driving, ever heard of it? Lucas shot back, grinning. Lucas Hayes had only crashed into my life a few months ago, but it felt like we'd been brothers forever. My parents had uprooted to Willow Creek, Oregon 6 months back, forcing me to transfer to a local college. They couldn't afford my old campus housing, so I was stuck starting over at a school where I knew no one. I'd always been shy, and making friends wasn't my strong suit. Lucas was in my Algebra 102 class, and somehow he sensed I needed a wingman. We bonded over shared tastes, music, movies, bad pizza, and became inseparable. He was everything I wasn't: charismatic, outgoing, and known by half the campus. At 6 feet, with long blonde hair and steel blue eyes, he looked like a Viking god, his tanned skin and easy smile drawing eyes wherever he went. Me, I wasn't bad looking, but next to Lucas, I faded. Same height, but my dark brown hair was cropped short, my black eyes framed by thick brows, my frame lean from workouts but lacking his bulk. We were speeding to an off-campus party, though I wasn't sure where. Lucas had a nose for these things, like he could sniff out single women from miles away. He wanted to swing by his brother's place first, hoping to score some drinks. His brother, Ethan, 36, was married with kids and lived near campus in a tidy townhouse. I'd met Ethan a few times. He worked maintenance at the college. He was a shorter, grumpier version of Lucas. This was my first time at his house. The road curved into a private drive behind a complex apartment stacked 3 stories high on one side, identical townhouses on the other. Lucas parked beside a massive red truck. "Ethan's home," he said, killing the engine. Ethan opened the door after 2 knocks, scowling. "What do you idiots want? Nice to see you too, bro," Lucas said. "I'm your only brother, and you only get this sweet when you need something." Ethan stepped back, letting us in. I expected a mess knowing Ethan, but the place was sharp: new furniture, family photos on the walls, an ocean painting above the sofa. "Noah, meet my wife," Ethan said. I turned from the painting to face a petite woman, Isabella Hayes. "Pleasure," she said, extending a hand. "Noah Carter?" I stammered, my voice catching. Isabella was a vision, a blend of every dream girl I'd ever imagined. At 31, she stood about 5'4", her platinum blonde hair cascading in curls around a face that stopped my heart. Her full lips curved into a radiant smile, her green eyes sparkling as I fumbled my name. Her sun-kissed skin glowed and she smelled like wildflowers. My pulse raced. "You've got a beautiful home," I managed. "Thanks, Noah. Can I get you anything? Tea, maybe?" she offered. "Don't bother with these clowns," Ethan cut in. Isabella frowned but excused herself to the kitchen. Lucas pitched our need for party supplies, and Ethan's eyes lit up like we'd handed him a winning lottery ticket. "Party, I'm in. Let's take my truck." He vanished down the hall, whistling. I glanced at Lucas' confused look on my face. "He's coming with us. He's drawn to parties like a moth to a flame," Lucas said, shrugging his shoulders. Isabella wasn't thrilled about Ethan ditching her for a night with college kids. I overheard their heated exchange in the kitchen, but Ethan emerged twirling his keys. "Women always trying to control you when you want to have fun," he muttered. We piled into his truck, me by the window, and hit a convenience store for drinks. Lucas navigated, and we pulled up to a 2-story house pulsing with music and chaos, straight out of a frat movie. Our arrival with booze earned cheers, and Lucas worked the crowd like a pro. Ethan, surly an hour ago, transformed into a drunken uncle slinging an arm around me. Noah, confidence man. Women love a guy who's got it, he slurred, spilling his drink. Lucas appeared with two girls, a petite blonde and a tall brunette with curly hair. Noah, meet Sarah, he said, gesturing to the brunette. And I'm Emily, the blonde added. Sarah clearly tipsy-sized me up. Lucas says you're cute. What do you think? I froze at her bluntness. You're nice. She laughed. Can you keep up with a woman? My inexperience showed, and she pounced. No way you're a virgin at 20. Lucas cut in. Time to go, ladies. Sarah shot him a glare, dragging Emily into the crowd. Sorry, man, Lucas said. They seemed cool by the keg. The night fizzled. Lucas and I hauled a plastered Ethan back to his truck, delivering him to Isabella. She was livid, mostly at him as we slipped out. Wild night, I said on the drive home. I've seen better, Lucas replied, dropping me off with a promise of a bigger adventure next time. I crashed as the sun rose, grateful for a late class. The next few months blurred classes, Lucas's quest to find me a virtuous girl, and Ethan tagging along like a lost puppy. At 36, married with kids, why was he partying with us? Isabella's frustration was obvious, stuck home with their two young children, while Ethan chased thrills. One rainy Saturday, my parents sent me grocery shopping while they cleaned the garage. I hit Heilman's, a massive store I rarely visited, overwhelmed by the crowded aisles. My cart was overflowing by the time I reached the shortest checkout line. The cashier turned and my heart skipped. Hey, Noah. Big shopping trip, Isabella said, smiling. Not just for me. I live with my parents, I admitted, embarrassed. She didn't judge, just scanned my items. I didn't know you worked here. Been here years. June's employee of the month, she said, laughing. Her laugh was music. You and Lucas should come for dinner sometime. You always drag Ethan off. Yeah, we'd love that. How's Friday? Tell Lucas no chasing tail for one night. Her fingers brushed mine as she handed me change, her smile leaving me dizzy. Convincing Lucas to skip a Friday bar crawl was tough, but I framed it as keeping Isabella sweet for future favors. Ethan was his usual grumpy self at dinner, but Isabella outdid herself, fried chicken sides, homemade pie. This is amazing, I said. What are you studying, Noah? She asked. Just knocking out core classes. I like science, maybe teaching. Education's vital, she said. Ethan scoffed. Yeah, or you're digging ditches for ungrateful college brats. I wasn't implying anything, Isabella snapped. Their toddler son tipped his plate and Isabella cleaned it like a pro. You're too soft on him, Ethan growled. He stormed out for a smoke, leaving us in silence. After pie, he poked his head in. Let's hit a bar, boys. One night, Isabella pleaded. Lucas dragged him outside, showing off his car's new sound system. Isabella and I cleared dishes. She spotted a paperback in my pocket. What's this? Gravedigger by Simon Blake. Love horror. Ever read him? Not much of a reader, but I've got time. Keep it. Tell me what you think. Her curiosity thrilled me. Days later, she'd devoured the book, hooked. I lent her more, and our chats about Blake's twists became routine. I craved any excuse to see her, despite Lucas calling it a waste of time. Ethan seemed unbothered, maybe thinking I wasn't a threat. One night over drinks at their place, Ethan's dark side surfaced. Lucas was telling a story about a friend catching his girlfriend cheating. Ethan's mood shifted. He grabbed a heavy object from a cabinet, a gun. For protection, he said, inspecting it. But if I caught another man with my wife, I wouldn't hesitate. Lucas and I exchanged nervous glances. Put the bean shooter away, Ethan, Bowling Lucas suggested. Ethan grinned, his mood flipping, and we bolted. Midterms hit, and Lucas and I celebrated surviving with a big night out. We stopped by Ethan's for drinks, but he was gone out with an old friend. "He's not answering," Lucas said. "Let's just go," I suggested. "Or stay," Isabella said. "Hang with me. We'll rent movies." Lucas hesitated, but she ran to Heileman's for mixers. We sprawled on the floor drinking and watching horror flicks. It was surprisingly fun even for Lucas. Late that night, he passed out on the couch. Alone with Isabella, I opened up about Sarah's party taunts. "She's crazy, Noah." "Don't listen," Isabella said. "It's dumb, but being inexperienced makes me feel less of a man." "You're more man than most, Noah. Sweet, funny kind. The right girl will see that." In the TV's dim glow, she was breathtaking. She mentioned her childhood dream of dancing, showing me old recital photos in her bedroom. Sitting on her bed, flipping through the album, I called her beautiful. She took my hand and time stopped. I touched her cheek, her skin warm. "Noah," she whispered. Our lips met, soft and electric, deepening into a hungry kiss. Passion surged, her arms around my neck, my hands in her hair. Her touch ignited me, and when she pulled my shirt off, I panicked but surrendered. Her lips traced my chest, her hands unbuckling my belt. "It's okay, Noah," she soothed. Every sensation overwhelmed me, her gentleness guiding me through my first time. Afterward, we held each other, the moment perfect. Back in the living room, Lucas stirred. Isabella stole a final kiss in the hallway. I floated through the next day, desperate to see her again, but Ethan was always around. I caught her at Heileman's. "Hey, you free soon?" "Not for an hour." I waited at a nearby sandwich shop. She slid into the booth, tense. "People here know I'm married," she said, pulling her hand away. "Do you regret that night?" "No, but it was wrong. I haven't felt that happy in years." She mentioned her 31st birthday. "Ethan forgot last year." I bought myself cake. "You deserve better," I said. She smiled sadly. "I thought he'd change. Kids came and he's a decent provider, but..." I bought her a new Simon Blake novel, inscribing a careful note. At her house, Ethan's truck was gone. I slipped in through the back slider, startling her. She stood in a black skirt, topless, save for a white lace bra clutching a blouse. "Noah, you scared me birthday gift," I said, handing her the package. Her eyes teared up, reading my note. "You're a treasure." Alone, we crashed into each other, kissing fiercely on the couch, clothes falling away. The intensity left us breathless, clinging to each other. I left for class, hating to go, unsure when we'd have this again. Weeks later, after a bar fight left Ethan with bruised ribs, seeing Isabella became impossible. I called her one afternoon. "Brad's in a bad mood." "Better not come," she said. "But I have an idea. I'll tell him I'm with girlfriends and we can hang out." We met at Patterson Park. She stepped out in a leather miniskirt and white crop top, her blonde curls framing her face makeup, accentuating her eyes and lips. "You're stunning," I said. "I haven't dressed up in forever." We hit a dance club, her moves mesmerizing, drawing every eye. I was clumsy, but she didn't care. During a slow song, we kissed, swaying, lost in each other. Later in the park, I played guitar for her, singing West of Eden's Gate songs. Her voice joined mine, angelic. On a blanket, we kissed like teenagers, passion overtaking us. She climbed atop me, discreet under her skirt, the night air heightening every touch. As we peaked, I blurted, "I love you, Isabella." Silence followed. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." "It's not that I don't feel it, Noah. But you're 20 with your life ahead. I'm 31, married with kids." Headlights swept over us, a red truck like Ethan's. We froze, but it was a utility vehicle passing by. "This is what I mean," she said, trembling. "I'll only hurt you. We can't do this." She fled to her car, leaving me alone, shattered. At the party weeks later, Ethan, drunk, ranted about Isabella cheating. "She's my wife, I'll say what I want," rage took over. I punched him, my hand throbbing. He hit back, pummeling me until Lucas pulled him off. "Get him out, Lucas, or I'll kill him," Ethan spat. Lucas drove me home. "You and Isabella." My silence confirmed it. I should have known. You're my friend, but she's his wife. I lost them both. Months later, after finals, Lucas found me by my car. Brad left town. Isabella kicked him out. "She talks about you constantly." Hope flickered. I drove to her house, heart pounding. She opened the door, more beautiful than ever. "I'm not listening to you anymore," I said. "Thank God," she replied, falling into my arms. "I love you, Noah. I love you, Isabella." 3 years later, I'm teaching Toby, Ethan's 6-year-old, guitar. "Thanks, Daddy Noah," he says, strumming. Isabella calls from the doorway, "Dinner, boys." Toby runs off and I pull her close. "Big day tomorrow," she says. "Graduation." "And our day," I add, revealing a ring. Her eyes shine. "It's beautiful, Noah. So are you soon to be, Mrs. Carter." We hold each other, my heart full, the pain of our past a distant echo.